Hello everyone, it's Anita here from the Medicine Hat Public Library. I'm here to share a craft with you today, and it is in honor of Star Wars Day, which is on May the 4th. So May the 4th be with you. So we are going to do a really cool craft today. I want to show it to you with the one that I actually this is one of them. It's an R2D2 pencil holder or pen holder or marker holder, and I did quite a few of these, and the more I made, the better I thought I got at it, because I was using materials that were a lot more readily available than some of the others. So let me show you the one I started with, and it was this one here. The instructions called for felt, white felt, gray felt. I only had white felt, so I used it. I ended up painting the top half, putting on all the little things that looked like R2D2, but it took a long time because the glue had to dry. It bled through the felt, and I think most of the instructions called for cutting out tape, like blue tape, and putting that on. But I thought, you know, for children, I wanted it to be a craft that was a lot easier and quicker to do as a family if you're doing it all together. So then I modified it to this one, and what I used was white paper, and then I painted the top with some silver paint, and then used markers to put in all the details. And I actually got quite detailed with how R2D2 looked, and you don't have to get this detailed. Really, it's all in how creative you want to be. And then I thought, you know, I'm going to try this one with duct tape. So again, I used white paper on the bottom, and I put gray duct tape on top, and the markers just really were quite beautiful on the outside. And again, I got a little bit more creative with my markings on there, if you can actually see some of those. So I thought it turned out really well. Now, the other thing, if you have white duct tape, you could use that for the bottom part of your can. And of course, that would even look nicer with marker. But if you don't, white paper will work. So we're going to make our R2D2 craft in honor of Star Wars Day, which is May the 4th. And today I'm wearing my BB2 earrings, or BB8 earrings, and my Star Wars shirt. So I am ready to create. All right. So I'm going to move these a little bit just off to the side. So what do you need? You need a tin can. And many of us have them because we've been eating a lot of soup or wieners and beans and those kinds of things. So you need a can, okay? The other thing you're going to need is duct tape. If you have white, great. If you don't, tape, that's okay. Silver or gray is good. A glue stick, markers, preferably red, black, blue, and orange. Now, you might ask, why orange? Well, I noticed on a picture of R2D2 that he has little feet that have orange markings on them. So I thought I'd just put a couple of those on just to make it a little bit more authentic. Okay, so markers you can use. So on little R2D2, he has that little camera feature, you know. He's got a couple of places. I actually used a little gemstone that I found, a little flat crafty gemstone I put on there for his little camera. And then there was another one where it has a red camera looking feature, and so I just also had a red sticker that I put on, or I used the red marker to just color it in. But the more excited I got about making these, I forgot when I was drawing these little rectangles in, I forgot to leave a space to color in the red part, so that's why I put a little sticker on top. But if you're doing the step by step and you remember, use the red marker. Okay. The other thing that you need to use are, you could use electrical tape too. This is electrical tape. It's really, really silver. It's quite pretty. It's very glossy. So this is kind of like electrical type tape. My husband said not to use too much of it because it's very expensive. So I'm thinking I might try it on this can. All right. You've seen all the different ones I've used. Felt, paper with painting the top in gray, paper with duct tape on the top. I'm going to use paper, but I might use this electrical tape. So are you guys ready to get started? This is going to be fun. All right, so piece of paper, Now you don't have to cover the whole can because the top part of it needs to be gray. So it didn't matter much to me. So what I did was I just went in half, took my piece of paper, and I just did this in half like this and cut it, because it doesn't matter if it's covers the whole can, because you're going to cover it with the duct tape or the electrical tape after. Okay, so there we go, and it actually pretty much fits the whole can. Okay, so I'm going to use my glue stick on my can. Some people would put it on the paper, but I found it a lot easier just to go all the way around the top part. And then across the bottom. And you can put your hand inside the tin can if that makes it easier. Just all the way around. And I also went across the ridges, not really heavily or anything, just very lightly, because those ridges will sometimes really show themselves up on your paper. Okay, so the easier way to do it, I thought, was just to lay your can down on top of the paper, fold up one piece of the paper onto the can, and I just wiped it around, because you might get like some crimps in your paper, and that's okay, really. It doesn't matter. Actually, mine turned out really well. See, you can see that there's no wrinkles or anything. So I'm just going to wipe that on just a little bit more. And then I'm going to cut that edge off right about there. Leave a tiny little bit so it overlaps. And then I'm going to use the glue stick to glue it all the way down. So right there, I'm just going to wipe that across and fold it over like that. There we go. So there's part of it done. And this doesn't, I mean, glue stick is amazing because it's not going to take time to dry, right? It's pretty much almost instant, right? Okay, so we've got that part done. Now, and I don't have much sticking out over top. If I did, I would trim it with my scissors. There's just a teeny tiny bit, but that's okay. All right, the gray part, or the silver part. So I'm going to take some of this and I'm going to roll it around, yep, about that much, kind of guesstimate. And we're going to put it so that there's a bit of a bit sticking up over the top of your aluminum can or your tin can, because you want to press that down under in the inside. If you have a really good can opener, to remember what that was. If you have a really good can opener, you're not going to have anything sticking up under here. But if you don't, and you end up having that little piece gouging out, you don't want to hurt your little ones if they put their fingers in there. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to put it up just enough that we can roll it down over the top. Oh, perfect. Nice. All right. Oh, no wonder that's called electrical tape, hey? So I'm going to fold this down over top, inside. There we go. Oh, I kind of like it because it's really shiny. So see the difference in these two? Okay. So now we're ready to decorate. You can get as intricate and detailed as you like. The original instructions were very, very simple. So what I think the most important part is making sure that you get his little camera eye and those things on there, and put R2D2 on it if you like. Okay, so I'm going to find a good spot where I can do my drawing, and I'm going to draw the little eye. And it's always a good idea to maybe print out a picture of him so you can have something to work from. Again, you can be as simple or as creative as you like. So I'm going to take a good gander at which area I want to work on, that one. And you can talk about shapes with this one too, because if you notice, R2D2 has a lot of triangles, vertical triangles, horizontal triangles. He's got some pretty good squares and a trapezoid where his camera is. So I'm going to put his trapezoid right up here, just drawing it in like that. And his trapezoid actually has a black little type camera in there. So I'm just going to draw that in with my blue. And then I'm going to color that all in, take my black marker, and then color that black part in. And again, you know, it doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be fun, right? Okay. So there, I've got the little trapezoid on there. I'm going to take my black marker and color that in. There we go. And leave a little corner so it looks like he's winking or something. There we go. See? Now we need those blue lines that are down here. So I'm just going to do a couple of them right across. And you can just make them long rectangles. You don't have to go into detail about, unless you are very fussy. And you know what? Sometimes it's okay to do that. If you have the time and you want to do a really awesome job with R2D2, feel free. So I'm just going to put 2 triangles because on his picture kind of looks like he's got 2 triangles on his body. So that's not triangles, sorry, rectangles. 2 long rectangles on his body. So kind of like that. Okay. Then I'm going to put there was a vertical rectangle right there. And then he had a nice rectangle right underneath that. And see, and I did it exactly what I told you I was going to do. I put that rectangle in before putting the red dot in for that other camera. So I was kind of smart ahead of time, and I had found these little jewel stickers. You can find maybe a sticker that's red. Just cut out a circle. I'm going to take that and I'm going to plop it right, because it's supposed to be on the right hand side, right there. See? And now he kind of was winking. And then he had another one on the other side. You can see in his picture here. He's got this black one, he's got this red one, and then he has another one. I don't know if it's a light in it. So I'm going to use my glue stick. I found a clear kind of gem, and I'm going to put that right there. There we go. See? Now you know what? It's all about the fun. So I'm going to put R2D2 on the front of mine. So right here, R2D2. So just like that. And the rest of this can be just fun times, creating some rectangles, some trapezoids, because he has quite a few going all the way around the top of his head area here. So I'm going to just do a whole bunch of rectangles. Oops, there we go. One there. One there. And you know, it might be a little bit hard to work with this electrical tape if it's wrinkly. So again, the duct tape worked really awesome as well. Okay. Once I'm all done, I'm going to use my orange for his little feet. So I'm going to put 2 little feet down here, one here and one here. Again, doesn't have to be perfect, it just has to be fun. So I'm going to continue decorating the rest of my R2D2, and I hope that as creative as you guys can get, I hope that you share with us however you've made yours. And if you do, please check us out for more fun videos on our YouTube page at MHPublicLibrary, and share your pictures with us on Facebook and Instagram. And you know what? Enjoy Star Wars. Star Wars Day. May the 4th be with you.